Hello friends and my dear students, I welcome you all to my channel. I hope you are all well and your studies are also going on well. In this part 2 video from the chapter of Herons formula, I will solve 5 illustrative problems which is based on the part 1 video where I discussed about the area, perimeter of a square and rectangle and how and what are the relations between the dimensions of a square and rectangle with their area and perimeter. If you have not watched the previous part 1 video, I strongly suggest that you also please watch that video. This video is part of the playlist CBSE Maths for class 9 following the textbook of author R.D. Sharma. If you find this video beneficial, then please like it, share it with your friends, and please support me to grow my channel, subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. Okay, I will solve 5 sample problems which will brush up your concept of area, perimeter of a square and rectangle. So the first problem says that the area and perimeter of a square are in the ratio 1 is to x. Then the length of the diagonal is, okay, so if we consider a square of the length of each side of the square be a, then we know the area is equal to a square and the perimeter is equal to 4a. So it is given that the ratio of the area and perimeter, so a is to p is given as 1 is to x. So this implies that a by p is equal to 1 by x. This implies a is a square. We have assumed small a to be the length of the square, and p is 4a is equal to 1x. From here we will get a by 4 is equal to 1 by x. So this implies that a will be equal to 4 by x. So we get the length of the square as 4 by x. So this implies that the diagonal, we know that the diagonal of a square, the diagonal of a square we know is square root of 2 multiplied by a, that is the length of the side of the square. So this becomes now square root of 2 multiplied by 4 by x. This is 4 square root of 2 by x. So 4 into square root of 2 divided by x is the length of the diagonal. So the correct choice is C. Now if I am doing any kind of a mistake in solving the problem and incorrectly selecting the choice, or I am applying any concept incorrectly, then please feel free to let me know in the comment section. I will highly appreciate that. And if you have any query or question regarding the way I am solving the problem or any concept, then also please let me know. I will do my best to clarify your question. Let's see the question number 2. ABCD is a square of area A1 and square ACFE is drawn having an area of A2. Then the ratio A1 is to A2 is. So ABCD is a square, okay. AC is clearly the diagonal of the square ABCD, and AC is the side of the square ACFE, okay. So for the square ABCD, it is given the area is A1. So okay, so let's say I am considering clearly the, let's say I am considering the length of each side of the square ABCD as small a. So we will have AC is the diagonal of the square ABCD. It will be square square root of 2a. AC is also the side of the square ACFE. Okay. So now clearly A1 area of the square ABCD will be a square, and what will be A2? A2 will be a side square. The side the length of each side of the square ACFE is square root of 2 into A, this square, which is equal to twice A square. So this implies, now it has asked, the question has asked the ratio of A1 and A2. So A1 is to A2 is equal to A1 by A2. A1 is A square and A2 is twice A square. So this is equal to half. So this implies that A1 is to A2 is equal to 1 is to 2. So the correct choice is C. C is the correct choice. Let's see the next question. A floor of a room has dimensions 6x by 9x. Now x is some unknown, we don't know. It is required to tile the floor using minimum number of identical square tiles. Then the diagonal of each square tile will be. Okay, so we have to fill up the floor with square tiles. So obviously, with the minimum number of tiles, which means that the length, the size of the each identical square tiles should be maximum. So the idea is that let's say if this be the floor, it's a rectangle. So this is so this side is obviously 9x. The length is 9x and the breadth or width is 6x. So obviously, obviously it has to be filled with square tiles like this. Let's say like this. Now with the minimum number of square tiles, so that, which means that the size of each square tile should be maximum. Now the concept is that whatever the size of the square tile be, let's say I'm considering A to be, let's say A to be the length of each side of the square tile, so that so that the number of square tiles required to fill the floor will be maximum. Now okay, so now if A is the length of each side of the square tiles, obviously A must be 9x must be divisible by 9x is should the length, since obviously there must be whole number of square tiles along the length and also along the width. So 9x must be is divisible by 9x is divisible should be divisible by A. That is, A is the, if I am considering A to be the length of each side of the square tile, where the minimum number so that the minimum number of square tiles is required. That is, the largest number of the largest size square tiles that can be used to fill the floor, which is of rectangular shape. Where the length of each largest square tile is A. So obviously 9x, the length of the floor, must be divisible by the length of such square tile. Also 6x should be is divisible by A. So now what can A be, so that 9x is divisible by A and 6x is divisible by A and A is largest? A has to be maximum, because to make the number of square tiles minimum, so that it fills the floor, the dimension of the each square tile has to be maximum, which means that A has to be maximum. Now and A is maximum. So this is the problem, that what can be the length of each square tiles, So what can be a, so that 9x is divisible by a, 6x is also divisible by a, and a is maximum. This is nothing. So this implies a will be equal to the highest common factor of 6x and 9x. If 9x and 6x both are divisible by a and a has to be maximum, this is the basic concept of highest common factor. So a must be the highest common factor of 6x and 9x, and the HCF of 6x and 9x is 3x. So we clearly get the length of each square tiles, so that it will fill the entire floor with the minimum number of tiles. Okay. So this implies the diagonal. So this is the diagonal of each square tile. Diagonal, we know, of a square is equal to square root of 2 multiplied by the length of the side. And we have clearly found that the length of each side of the each square tile, so that the minimum number of such square tiles is required to fill the floor is 3x. So this will be equal to square root of 2 multiplied by 3x. This is equal to 3 square root of 2 into x. So the correct choice is D. D is the correct choice. Let's see the next problem. Question number 4. ABCD is the rectangle such that AB is to BC is 2 is to 3. There is a mistake. It should be AB is clearly, as per the figure, AB is the length and BC is the width. So the ratio should be the other way around. It should be 3 is to 2. So the ratio of, basically it is given that the ratio of the length and width of the rectangle is 3 is to 2. Q is a point on the side AB in between A and B, which means that the point Q is not coinciding with either of the vertex A or B. So it is in between A and B and lying on the side AB. Okay. If the area of the triangle QDC is x, then the length of the diagonal of ABCD is. Okay. Now the concept is that the area of the triangle QDC is given. Is there any relation between the area of the triangle QDC and the area of the rectangle ABCD? Yes, there is. Area. So what will be the, how will I find the area of the triangle QDC? Considering DC as the base, if I from the vertex Q, if I draw a perpendicular from the perpendicular on the side DC of the triangle QDC, clearly, let's say the perpendicular be QT. Clearly, QT will be parallel to AD and BC, because AD is also perpendicular to DC. And so we will clearly have QT will be equal to AD will be equal to BC. That is, QT will be equal to the width of the rectangle. Okay. Now area of the triangle QDC, this is a very basic concept. I think you are already aware of, but let me still explain. Area of the triangle QDC is half QT multiplied by DC. This is equal to half. What is QT? QT is equal to AD into DC. Now clearly, AD into DC is equal to the area of the rectangle, half into area of the rectangle A, B, C, D. Okay. Then the length of the diagonal of ABCD is, okay, we have to find the length of the diagonal of ABCD. Oh, the ratio of the length and breadth is given. Okay, fine. Okay, so we see that then the area of the rectangle ABCD is equal to 2 times the area of triangle QDC, which is equal to twice x, because it is given x is the area of the triangle QDC. Okay. Now let's say let's say the let length and the breadth of the rectangle, using the concept of ratio and proportion, let length and breadth of the rectangle ABCD be, since the ratio is given as 3:2, let's say it is 3y and 2y. I cannot use x. You can use any small letter variables, but you cannot use x because x is already given in the problem as the area of the triangle QDC. Okay. Now this implies the area of the rectangle ABCD, area of rectangle ABCD will be length into breadth, that is 3y multiplied by 2y. This is 6y square. 6y square. Okay. If the area of the triangle Q is x, then the length of the diagonal of ABCD is. Okay. I think the answer will not match with any of the choices. I think when I was solving the problem, I incorrectly solved the diagonal of the ABCD. So let's see. So the area of the rectangle ABCD is then twice the area of the triangle QDC, that is twice x, 2x. And we are, based on the given ratio of the length and breadth of the rectangle, which is 3:2, we are assuming the length and breadth of the to be 3y and 2y. So then the area of the rectangle ABCD will be 3y into 2y, which is 6y square. So this implies that 6y square should be equal to 2x. This implies y is equal to this implies y square is equal to 2x by y square is equal to 2x by 6, which is x by 3. Y square is x by 3. Okay. Now okay. Now what will be the diagonal of the rectangle ABCD? If I consider the diagonal of the rectangle ABCD to be D, then using Pythagoras theorem, we know that the diagonal of a rectangle, diagonal square, is equal to the sum of the squares of the length and breadth. This will be 3y, since we have assumed the length and breadth to be 3y and 2y, 3y square plus 2y square. This is equal to 9y square plus 4y square, which is equal to 13y square. So d square is equal to 13y square. We have to find d, that is the diagonal of the rectangle ABCD. Okay. Now what is y? Y square. We have found y square to be x by 3. So then this will be 13y square will be equal to y square is x by 3. So this is 13x by 3. So d square, but d is the diagonal, d square is equal to 13x by 3. So this implies that d will be equal to square root of 13x by 3. Okay. It seems that I have solved the problem correctly. So the correct choice 13x by 3. So the correct choice is D. D is the correct choice. Let's see the last problem. If a rectangle has a diagonal of length x and perimeter of y, then the area of the rectangle is. Okay. So it is talking about the diagonal, perimeter and area. In the previous video, I derived a relation between the perimeter, area and diagonal of a square. So the relation was, if P is the perimeter, P square is equal to 4 times, if D is the diagonal of the rectangle d square plus twice a, if a is the area of the rectangle. This is the relation. There is absolutely no need to remember this. If you can, it is fine, but you should be able to derive this relation from the basic concept of perimeter and diagonal and area of a rectangle. Okay, so in this problem it is given that the perimeter is y, so we have y square is equal to 4 times the diagonal is given to be x. We have to find the area, so let's say the area be a, so we have 2a. We have to find a from this equation. So from here I get x, sorry, this will be x square. We get x square plus twice a is equal to y square by 4. So this implies x square is equal to y square by 4 minus twice a. I think I have given incorrect choices. The choices are given incorrectly because I solved it incorrectly. Sorry for that. So we have this x square plus twice a is equal to y square by 4. Then x square is equal to y square by 4 minus twice a. This will be y square minus 8a by 4. Okay. So then this implies that then the area of the rectangle is, oh sorry, what I am doing, okay, so we have to find a, so x square plus twice a is y square by 4. This implies a is unknown, we have to find a, x and y are given. Okay, so this implies that twice a is equal to y square by 4 minus x square, which is equal to y square minus 4x square by 4. So twice a is y square minus 4x square by 4. So this implies a is equal to y square minus 4x square by 8. So y square minus 4x square by 8 is the area of the rectangle. So the correct choice is the correct choice should be B, but by mistake I forgot to write 4x square. I just wrote 4x, so this should be 4x square. So the correct choice is B. So that is all. I just wanted to solve few problems so that we can apply the concepts of area, perimeter of a square and rectangle, and the relation between the area, perimeter and the dimensions of a square and rectangle to solve this kind of problems. If this video was beneficial, then please like it, share it with your friends, and please support me by subscribing to my channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. In the next video, I will discuss about how about the area and perimeter of different types of triangles. So I'm ending the video here. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, take care and bye.